So, Coach, what's the biggest key for the pitching staff this season?
Yeah, I think the biggest key for the pitching staff is going to be our bullpen and specifically our middle relief, right? I think we're really excited about our starting pitching. I think Mike King can match up with anybody in the country. I think Jesse Adams is going to give us a chance to win every Saturday. Going to give us a quality start every Saturday. He's proven that he can do that. The group of guys that are fighting for that Sunday role, Jake Stevens is going to be on our third starter this weekend. Thomas Lane's been throwing the ball great. He could factor into that mix. So I think we feel very confident in our starting pitching. And I think all the boys are excited, to have JD at the back end. And honestly, and Donovan Casey's been throwing the ball great. He has legitimate back end stuff. So, and I think we have a group of guys who can be very, very good in those middle innings. And now it's just figuring out who are the guys that are going to be, the guys who are going to get us there and in what roles. So I think that middle relief is the biggest key because we have a ton of confidence in our starting pitching. We all have a ton of confidence in Justin, and then getting those guys in the right spots. And I think we have the arms to do it and we have the depth to do it.
Let's talk about Justin for a second. There have been people who are saying he might be the best closer in the ACC this year. What makes him so effective?
I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to say. I think he has a chance to be. I think at the end of the year, you're gonna be talking about him as one of the top closers in our conference. I really believe that, and I think he has the combination of dominant back end stuff with the temperament to go with the close. Not everybody can close, right? And I think he has that great combination, and our boys feed off of that. We play differently late in the games, knowing that Justin's got the ninth, right? And I also know that, if you're going to close, it means at some point you might give it up, right? And then how you're going to react after that. And Justin has shown he can handle that too. So he's going to be awesome for us in the back end, and it completely changes how our boys play 6, 7, 8, and how our pitchers feel, knowing if I just hold this lead, Justin's got us.
Did Justin mature a lot last year in the closer role, maybe reacting to some of those blown saves that you were just referring to?
Yeah, Justin's matured a lot since he's been here in all facets, academically, emotionally, athletically. It's been awesome to watch him grow and mature as a baseball player and as a man. To get himself to this point where people are having these conversations about him, about his stuff. But the other thing when you talk about Justin is how much he's grown in everything else, right? And he's such an impressive kid, whether he's doing an interview or meeting with recruits or meeting with former players. His stuff is impressive, but he's impressive as a kid as well.
How many innings do you see him going on to close out a game? Is this a 1 or 2 inning role? Is this him maybe going 3 or 4 at the end of a game if you need him?
Yeah, no, you can extend him a little bit. I mean, in an ideal world, he's coming. We have those guys at 6, 7, 8, or 7 and 8, depending on what our starters do. Hopefully 7 and 8 that get us to Justin, give us 3 outs, but he can absolutely get us a 6-out save. And I don't think we would like him going 4 innings very often. But to get 6 outs, I think that's something that could absolutely happen.
Justin was telling me that assistant coach Foster's made a huge impact on training him over the offseason and helping him try to get more innings this year and have him go on shorter rest. How big of an impact has he had on the pitching staff as a whole?
Yeah, I think Coach Foster is one of the best pitching coaches in the country. I think he's one of the best baseball guys I've ever been around. He helps. The impact he's had on these guys is enormous, and he's following up. I think Scotty Friedholm, who's here before, is an unbelievable pitching coach. So I think Justin's had 2 really, really good pitching coaches, and to see sort of his development on the field, and like I said, there's not many people in the country that can develop pitchers like Jim Foster.
Both Mike and Justin actually said that they saw a little Pedro Martinez in Justin's windup and maybe just in his energy too. Do you see that comparison at all?
Yeah, I think it's hard when you start comparing college kids to Hall of Famers. So I'm not quite ready to put Justin in a Pedro Martinez category. Um, and but there are some sort of wind up similarities, right? And the way the ball comes off his hand and everything. But and his stuff keeps getting better and better. But when Pedro was Pedro, he had all three of his pitches were arguably the best. He had the best fastball, the best curveball, and the best changeup in the big leagues. And I love Justin, but he's not there yet.
So is Mike King the hands-down ace of this staff, and why?
You know, everybody has somebody pitching on Friday nights, but not everybody has a true Friday night starter or a true ace, right? And sort of like the big leagues, right? Everybody has a number one, but not everybody has a true ace. I think what makes Mike so special is when his stuff's on, and he showed it a couple of times last year, he can dominate a lineup and pretty much carry a team and win a ball game, right? But the thing but there's a lot of guys in our conference that can do that. The thing about Mike is, and why he has developed into what I believe is a true ace is, if he doesn't have his stuff, because there's going to be times you don't, right? Even in the days he's not feeling great or doesn't have his stuff, or maybe we don't play great behind him, he's still going to give us a chance to win that baseball game. He's going to give us 6 quality innings at least every time out. And that's when you start becoming a true ace, when, yeah, it's great to dominate a lineup when you got all your stuff working, but can you still give your team a chance to win when you don't? And that's why I think Mike's turned into a true ace, and why he'll be that for us. I think we're going to have a chance to win every Friday night with him on the mound. And then it'll come down to what do we do against other Friday night starters, and we're catching the baseball behind them, or we're able to score some runs, and can we get the JD to close it out? But I think those two components, the ability to dominate a lineup when his stuff is on, but the ability to also give us a chance to win when things aren't going great or he's not feeling great, those two things I think are what make him a true ace.
If you had to pick one defining moment for him last year, what would it be?
I think, honestly, I think people would talk about, his start against Georgia Tech is that, but I think more it was the start against Carolina, because that first inning didn't go great, and at that point we're talking to him about just get us through 6, just get us through 5 or 6, and he didn't have his fastball command. Carolina's that's a great lineup, and it was that first inning was. First kind of 2 innings almost, but most of the first inning was sort of teetering on the edge of, are we going to get 3 out of Mike tonight? And for him to kind of settle himself back down. And also it says so much about scores, right? And his scores ability to help a pitcher get through an outing. But to me, I think Mike really grew up a lot there, saying, all right, I don't have my fastball command, I don't have my stuff tonight. How can I still give my team a chance to win? And he did even better than that, as far as to get us to match up against Zach Gallen, who's one of the premier right-handed starters in the country, and to have that battle like we had was awesome.